Front line. Hey, front line, be ready. Don't make a statement. Make a statement. One. All right, let's go scat to Elvis, 48 Gator. All right, if 50's at nose, help on him. If he's at tackle, you better handle him. He's gonna be jumping around, flying all over the place, probably penetrating. Handle him. O-line, O-line. Hey, O-line, O-line. 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 Let's go. Control your blocks. That's all I got to say. Keep us in the game, D. Hey, go line, go line, go line, go line, go line, go line, go. You, go, 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 go. Just that. Go. Get it? Yeah, we got it. You think we can get outside them guys? Never hesitate. There you go. Let's go. Elvis over 48 naked. Elvis over 48 naked. Hey, we cleaned up the penalties, didn't have near as many tonight. All right, and we needed that. We needed a clean game. If we didn't play a clean game, they played well enough to beat us. All right, cleaned up the penalties, defense played great. Special teams played fantastic. All right, offense, they got after us a little bit, but we'll live and learn. We'll get better. Proud of you. 7-0.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Jay Beech Show powered by Hometown Hype. I'm Jason Baker and we welcome in our head football coach Jay Beech. 31-0 victory over Forest County, another district game and another win. Just one more step in the process of claiming your district title for the second year in a row. And just talk a little bit just about the overall performance, and we'll kind of get into the first and second half in a few moments, but just another great performance again by your defense and as well as the offense and special teams.
Yeah, our defense and special teams really played very well. We had one mistake on special teams, but after that we fixed it, and really proud of the special teams, how they played. Extra points, perfect on extra points, kickoffs were deep, had a few touchbacks, good punt coverage except for the first one. I got some good punts off, had a fake punt that was successful, and then defense played really tight and really hard, and wasn't too impressed with our offensive performance. Didn't think we played very well on that side of the ball, but we played well enough on defense and on special teams to win.
Absolutely. 31-0 was the victory. We're coming back after this moment from our sponsors.
Have you taken a look at your hometown Radio Shack lately? Sure, you have shopped them before for electronics, satellite, and mobile service, and maybe even some office supplies. But have you dropped in to see their expanded hardware and outdoor inventory? With brands you trust like Valspar, Stanley, and Irwin, Any home repairs that need doing, we have the supplies for you. And that fall weather means more outdoor activities. Radio Shack Poplarville Hardware has Rio ammunition and fishing supplies. With friendly service and our convenient location right on Main Street, when you're in the middle of a project or just in your daily routine, think of us first. Open Monday through Saturday, 35 years, and still servicing the people of Poplarville. Check out your local Radio Shack Poplarville Hardware and Electronics.
Welcome back, everybody, to Jay Beech Show, powered by Hometown Hype. And Jay, now we turn to the first half, and it was the first half where you wound up leading at the end of the half, 17-0. But again, for the second week in a row, on the opening play of the ball game, a touchdown. I don't know, as a coach, if you could probably be more proud of your team for the way they execute through practice, and then that translates into a game. Take us through the play that allows Austin to scamper and score the touchdown to start the ball game off.
Yeah, we had a counter play to Austin, and we blocked it up right, and he scored. And after that, felt happy. We all felt good, and felt like we might have a explosive offensive night, but it didn't turn out to be that way.
Just touching real quick on Austin before we go any further in the show. Did you know coming into his senior year that he would have this kind of explosiveness? I mean, I don't know how many runs he's got on his touchdown runs, over 50, but it's more than 5 on the year. His home run and his explosiveness has got to be an attribute to this offense that makes you awfully proud to have.
Yeah, he showed, he was doing the same thing last year. He showed that, toward the end of last year, started breaking those long runs, and he's got experience running the plays. He's been running, he's good at them, and he knows where the blocks are going to be coming from. So, yeah, we were expecting this out of him, and he's just done really well, and we're very proud to have him.
Throughout that first quarter, you led 7-0 at that point after the Austin touchdown, and it was kind of an exchange of punts. Forest County kind of settled into their own on defense, I think caused some problems for us maybe up front. Take us through that first quarter as it was kind of back and forth, if you will, between the two ball clubs.
Yeah, back and forth. Both of our defenses, Forest County and our defense, really played well. We gave the other team fits. We gave their offense fits, and they gave us fits. And that's a lot of times that happens when you run the same type of offense, because you can get a good look on the scout team. You can, so it was just a struggle for both offenses. And we were just able to make a few more plays than them and able to score a few more points.
Yeah, and as you did, you went into that second quarter. One of the things that I thought kind of started to set the tone, and I think it's something that'll, as we go throughout the season, this development in the passing game. Antonio hit Tyson on a big play. We didn't get any points out of it on that drive, but I felt like that began to set the tone that we were going to score. And then your defense gets, I think, the second safety of the year. A bad snap out the back of the end zone results in a safety for the defense. Talk a little bit about that point, because it made it 9-0, and we're going to receive the football back.
Yeah, well, we able to hit that pass, and we didn't score any points, but we were able to win field position all night long. That was a 30-yard gain, and we got it down there on their end of the field. And even though we were stopped, that backed them up. We down to their, close to their end zone. Defense held, backed them up, and they were punting out of their own end zone. That puts a lot of pressure on a punter and a snapper, and we were able to get the safety. Able to get really good field position after their free kick. I think we got it inside our 40, and it set us up for another score.
It did. It set us up for a Roosevelt Rain touchdown on a drive that, and talking with Clay Sweet that does our radio broadcast for us on Friday nights, he felt like that drive was what set the tone for the game. He said it was almost like we knew at that point we had to go capitalize. How proud are you, and did you feel kind of the same way at that point?
Yeah, we definitely felt like we needed to score on that drive. We had great field position. And it was a 9 or 10 play drive for just 45 yards, so we had to plug away and work hard for every inch we got, but we were able to get it in there on fourth down.
And then one of the things that's kind of starting to make us special, I think, is our ability to score 2-point conversions. I think you're starting to show some confidence in your team there, and you're showing that you're willing to take the risk with the reward. You go for 2, you get yourself up 17-0. Take us through that thought process to go for 2.
Yeah, well, we kicked the extra point, and we made it, and it was 16-0, but then they had the penalty, and we knew we were going to get half the distance to the goal, and felt like 17-0 would have been better than 16-0. You had a 3-score game, And since we had only a yard and a half to go, we decided to go for 2 and they were to get it in.
Absolutely. 17-0 as we headed into the halftime. Let's take a moment and pause from this break with our sponsors.
Created in 1979 and now owned and operated by the second generation of the Tynes family, Benny's Automotive is your place for all repair and maintenance needs to your vehicles. In our convenient 5 Enterprise Drive location, Benny's is always ready for an oil change, fluid, and air check with no appointment needed. And when the job requires more, we offer the latest in diagnostic technology to pinpoint any problem. No job is too big or too small for our auto repair team. Open weekdays from 7:30 to 4:30. We offer student and military discounts, foreign and domestic services, AC and admission checks, tire rotation, and much more. Visit us for hometown friendly service that keeps you on the road and headed to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The Jay Beech Show, powered by Hometown Hype. Jason Baker sitting down with our head coach, Jay Beech. And Jay, now as we head into the second half, before we get to the second half, let's talk about maybe what you told your team in that halftime locker room up 17-0.
Yeah, it felt like offense. We weren't playing on great effort. And we got to play with great effort every single play, and for some reason we weren't doing it, and they were forcing us to punt. I think Forest County wanted it more. Their defense wanted it more than our offense, and that's why we were forced to punt so many times. But like the way our defense was playing as well, and our special teams, and if our defense kept playing strong and keep allowing us to get some opportunities, and I felt like we was going to make enough plays, put some more points on the board. And we were able to get 2 more scores in the second half.
Well, and as we start that third quarter, let's start with the defense. They come out and set the tone right away that they weren't breaking, and that's as good as they've been as a defense. They have been exceptional in the second half of ball games, and I think you have to attribute that to the defensive staff and the way these players buy into their changes that they make in the second half. How proud are you, and how much did you feel that gave us some momentum, the way they come right back out and almost assert themselves to say, look, we're not going away in this second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Every team's going to make adjustments. We make adjustments. The other offense make adjustments, and we come out in the second half and you kind of put it to a test, and our defense has won that test over and over this year, and they did it again Friday.
Take us in at that point. You get the football in the third quarter. They stop us, and it's a 4th down situation. If you will, take us into the thinking of let's go for the fake punt. Is that something that maybe you saw on film early in the week you wanted to take advantage of, or was it just a feel thing in the ball game that it was maybe time to try one of these this season?
Yeah, well, we worked on the fake punt all year and really hadn't needed it or hadn't had a good time to run it. So we were at midfield. We'd punted at midfield 2 or 3 times before in the game. So just this, we were about midfield and 4th and medium, so went ahead and tried it.
Successful
And led to a score.
When you look at that point, did you kind of feel like if we can get the score at this point, it's going to put us up 24-0. It's really going to set ourselves up that we're going to kind of even further this game out a little bit, even though that's still technically a 3-score game if they go for 2. But at that point, you're stretching a lead out, to 24-0. Was that some of the thinking as well?
Yeah, I felt like we needed another score right there for just what you say. Yeah, just to stretch the lead, give us a more comfortable lead to where, maybe if we turned the ball over and they scooped and scored, they wouldn't be right back in the game, something of that nature. But yeah, we just needed a score right there and tried it, and it felt like if we didn't get it, we'd still be okay. And but we got it, and we were able to put the points on the board.
And of course, the man who scores is Kanan Ray, and it was a beautiful pass from Antonio to him, and that's kind of a junior connection that I know a lot of people are excited about. And I wanted to hit on Antonio. I thought he played one of his better games of the season, and I think that kind of helps things when we see us in other opponents stopping our running game and slowing us down. We know that we've got a talented quarterback, and we know we've got talented wide receivers, and it was on display Friday night. And take us through that pass play and how much that maybe kind of eased some things with Antonio.
Yeah, that's actually our first touchdown pass of the year. I think we threw 12 last year, so we're a little behind. We got to catch up. But it was a great route by Kanan, a great throw. Put it out in the corner where you could go get it, and nobody else had a chance for it except us. And yeah, it was a good throw. And we relied on our passing game a little bit more this week and felt comfortable with it. Felt good about it. and we could actually, had some more completions, I think, but we didn't protect very well. So you got to be able to protect the passer and then make a good throw and a good catch. So
as you head to the fourth quarter, you're up 24-0, and then to me it became apparent that we were going to go ahead and win this football game. But I felt like that last score, and listening into the broadcast, it was big because it was a vintage Poplarville drive to me. It was a lot of Rowe, a lot of Austin. Take us through that final score to put us up 31-0.
yeah, like you said, we're back and forth, Austin, Roosevelt, just plugging away. It was tough running, and actually had a penalty on that drive we had to overcome, our only pre-snap penalty of the game, but it come at a bad time. But anyway, got to a situation, was 4th and long, 4th and 8, I believe, and ran a naked boot, and Antonio had one guy to beat, and that's the way the play is designed. He's got to beat that one guy, and he was able to do it, score.
Real quick, Antonio's had a couple of runs this year that maybe I don't know, at least for me covering this team, I was unaware that his athleticism would extend to the bootlegs and such, but he's an athletic kid, isn't he? And is that running just one more attribute to his game that really we can rely upon? And how much do you see him developing that as his high school career goes throughout?
Yeah, Antonio's fast, and we like for him to run the ball. He's a 4'6" guy. And yeah, he's got wheels and he can run. We try to encourage him to run all the time, but he likes to throw it.
That's right.
But we've designed a few plays for him to run this year, and then that naked boot, we like to get him out in space and let him run.
Absolutely. Antonio Barnes with the quarterback bootleg to put us up 31-0. In wrapping up that ball game, you told your team afterwards you were proud of their effort. You were certainly proud, less penalties, and I thought that's one thing that we've needed to see as this season goes on. As you've said it to us on the radio, and you said it here on this show, that we have been a little sloppy pre-snap penalties. You mentioned only one in that ball game pre-snap penalty. How proud are you of that fact that we shored up some of that sloppiness on the penalty side?
Yeah, I'm glad we've kind of gotten better in that area. We need to get better every week, and that's an area we need to improve on. We did a good job on the one pre-snap penalty, and that was from a kid that hadn't played a whole lot this year on offense, so maybe we can get on film and fix him as well. But yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Defensive line played well, and our player of the week is Caden Week. In just a moment, Mackenzie's going to sit down with him. Caden's a kid who's overcome some adversity. He was hurt early in this season. I believe in the Picayune ball game he got hurt and has battled back from that injury. And then I know he played particularly well Friday night. Talk to us about our player of the week, Caden Week.
Yeah, Caden's a big, athletic kid. I mean, he can run. He's strong, and he comes off the ball real fast. And he does a good job with his technique. He's not a wild player either. He squeezes on the traps and doesn't get reached, and he just does a good job there for us. And he's well deserving of this week's Player of the Week award.
Absolutely. Mackenzie Harris sitting down to talk with our Player of the Week, Caden Week.
I'm here with our Player of the Week, Caden Wheat. And Caden, we just heard from Coach Beech that you are a football player that plays with great technique. You're big and you're fast, and that's why, you got named Player of the Week this week. And tell me how it feels to be named Player of the Week.
It feels really good. It's really exciting.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely.
called Player of the Week after all the other players played a really good game, and me getting singled out, it feels good.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely did get singled out, and you've been doing great all year. And let's talk a little bit about that Forest County game. And they run the wing tee just like how we do. And did that make it easier on you as playing on that defensive side? Was that easy for you?
Yeah, it seemed a whole lot more easier because we're so used to practicing that a lot, watching the offense run it over and over, and it's just a whole lot more easier for us on the line.
Yeah, talking about that that defensive line, Coach Johnson is y'all's defensive line coach. Can you tell me a little bit about him? What was he preparing y'all for that week leading up to it?
He prepared us more for the trap, the dive, and, use our technique good, squeeze real hard, and just play hard on the line. That's what we did.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you play at defensive tackle, and you got hurt in the very first game, the Picayune game. You had an injury, and then you came back in the Stone game. And you were kind of telling me earlier that you had to switch positions over when Amari got hurt. Kind of run me through that. Tell me about that. When
I first come back, that I didn't start or nothing like I normally do, and then I I normally play on the right side. They played me there for a little bit. Then our left starting tackle, he got hurt, so they had to switch me to the left side. And it was a little bit different and difficult, but I figured it out and did what I had to do.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely have been doing a really good job. I watch you every Friday night. You're just like killing it out there, and especially against that Stone game. It was like when we needed you, you were there. And tell me about recovering from that injury. What was your injury? How did you recover?
I had slightly torn my MCL and sprained my meniscus, and I went to therapy a lot. 3 days a week. I didn't really practice, and then when I finally come back, I started practicing. I conditioned hard, even when I was hurt, and just really prepared to come back from the injury. And
it was there, ready to step up when they needed you, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it was awesome, and I'm really glad to have you back. I'm really excited for you being named Player of the Week. Congratulations again, and thank you for coming in and talking with us.
Thank you.
everybody, I'm here with Ethan Taylor. And Ethan, man, you were on every play on special teams. Tell me about that special teams and how you were out there just getting it done.
I kind of just ran and just tackled them. I found a hole and went through it.
Just were running real fast and got to him really quick. Well, you're a sophomore on this team. Tell me about playing on this Hornet football team. What's it like out here?
You just got to be ready for anything. Go out there and do your work.
Yeah, and you coming up as a sophomore, you've gotten to run the ball a couple of times in the past games. Tell me about those plays that you've had.
I just ran behind my offensive line and found the hole and ran.
So what do you think about the upcoming games that they have going on after this game? You know, we had a big shutout tonight, 131-0. What do you think going forward for this Hornet football team?
Just everybody does their job and we'll win.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations on doing so good tonight. Like I said, you were killing it on special teams. You were in on every play. And congratulations, man. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I'm here with Chris Fowler. And Chris, man, this was your first game back for the season. You've been hurt. Tell me a little bit about your injury and how you came back. What's going on with you?
During the spring, I tore my LCL, my ACL, and blew up my meniscus. But when I had my surgery and went to therapy, I had worked real hard to get back here. I had to. Senior year, got to make it great.
Absolutely. It is your senior year. You got to want to play that senior year. And now you're getting back in just in time for district games and everything. Tell me about going in tonight. What did you think about tonight's game?
Oh, I thought it was like a little business trip. I was just waiting on Coach Story to call my name. When I went in, did what I needed to do.
Absolutely. And usually we see you out there running the ball, but you were out there on defense tonight. Tell me, have you been working on defense a lot lately in practice or anything?
I've been working on defense since the end of the season last year because I love defense. Offense, nah.
You like the defense better than the offense a little bit? Well, that's really good, man. I saw you out there. I saw you making some tackles and getting in on some plays. It was really fun and exciting to see you back out there. I'm glad that you're back out here, and like you said, for your senior year. Thank you so much for talking with me, and I hope to see more of you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm here with Josh Brown. And, Josh, man, you're usually playing as our backup quarterback, and tonight you were out there at wide receiver. Tell me, have you been practicing that? What's been going on?
Yes, ma'am. Our receivers, we've been working a few different people in, and I got my number called on after halftime, and I went out there and tried to make the best of it.
Absolutely. Just kind of filling in whenever those coaches needed you to come in and doing something. Tell me about tonight's game. What did you feel like on tonight's game?
It was good. I mean, it was a good team win. We have areas to improve in, especially on offense, but I think we'll get to it this week, and we'll have a lot better game next week against Summerall.
Yeah, absolutely. And, man, you're a junior this year, aren't you? Aren't you a junior? So you as a junior on this Hornet football team, like you said, we have Summerall coming up next week. What do you feel like on the district season this year? What do you see the Hornets doing?
I feel like we can do really good. We just have to execute as a team real good and play hard, and as long as we play as a team, do together what we've been doing, we'll be fine.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, I thought it was really exciting to see you out there playing wide receiver. I was really excited to see you out there. I thought you did a great job, man. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm here with Antonio Barnes, our quarterback, who had an awesome night tonight, man. I mean, you were out there throwing the ball and running the ball. Tell me about tonight's game for you.
It was great, My offensive line was there for me for the touchdown pass, and Roosevelt hit me on the run, so I was just grateful right now.
That was an awesome touchdown run that you had, and you ran it I think y'all were on 4th down at that time, weren't y'all? And that was pretty awesome for you to pull through like that. Tell me what you were thinking about on that run.
I already told them if they called, I was going to go and get a touchdown, so I had to get it.
When they called it like that, were you excited and knowing the ball's coming? Like, you had the ball, you were in control. It was all you, man.
Yeah, it was.
It was pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Well, what about those big touchdown passes that you had? I mean, we've kind of seen you in the last couple of games struggling a little bit, but it seemed like you kind of got your confidence way back tonight. And tell me about how that felt.
We've been practicing a lot of pass plays in practice. And the one we scored on, we practiced it 7 times a day. So it was just great connecting with Kanan on that one.
Absolutely. For it all to come together in the game situation. You've been practicing it, and there it came to light there. It was awesome. And, Antonio, congratulations on having such a big game. It was a shutout, 31-0, and good luck on the rest of your season, man.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to this senior profile. I'm sitting down here with Payton Graham. And, Payton, I'm so excited to talk to you because you are everything on this Hornet football team. You were the Iron Man. You're a captain. You're a senior this year. Tell me a little bit about playing on this Hornet football team.
Well, I definitely think since my senior year is a special year for not just me, but also the other seniors. And I think there's a lot of leadership with the captains this year, especially from the Iron Man, which is me. I do my best to make sure everyone does what they're supposed to do at practice and keep their heads straight and do what I'm supposed to do to help the team.
Be a legit captain, absolutely. Well, why don't you talk to me a little bit about, you have those different titles. You also have a lot of different roles on the football team. You kick, you play linebacker, you go in on the offense whenever they call it big for goal line. Can you tell me a little bit about all the different roles you play?
Well, we just recently put me at kicker. We put in the melon kick, which is we just put the ball on the ground and kick it. I don't know why they decided to do that, but it's been working for us whenever we do it. And then goal line is, I really like playing goal line. They call my position the fat back position. So I really like playing that, and you just basically hit the person, whoever you're in the hole, whenever you're running that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we also, what everybody loves to see you do is on kickoffs. You know, you kind of set the tone for the whole game. That opening kickoff, you go down there and just like nail the guy. Can you tell us about those kickoffs?
Yeah, on that position, I call it the tank position. Where you just run down there and you pretty much just following the running back. You're basically being the running back just on the other side. Whenever the hole opens up, that's where you meet them at. It's definitely a tone setter for the game. Like y'all said, y'all welcome in the Hornets. We're here. This is what kind of game it's about to be.
Absolutely. Set the tone right there. Let everybody know right off the bat what kind of game they're fixing to watch. And that's what you do every week. And I'm going to go back to the Greene County game. I kind of saw there, you know, you were kind of having those guys were kind of mean. I'm not going to lie. They were kind of mean. So how was it for you as a captain having to keep your composure and really, like, just be like, you know what, I'm going to do it for my team?
I did lose my composure one time, and I got a penalty for it. So they put me on the sideline. I kind of cooled down. Went into halftime. Coach talked to me. I kind of chilled out and went back out there. And I'm like, all right, you're a captain. This is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to lead the team and win and do what you're supposed to do. So I went out there and just did what I was supposed to do. I got my lick back, and I just played the rest of the game, didn't do nothing else.
Absolutely. Be what a Hornet's all supposed to be about, absolutely. Well, you're the definition of a captain on this football team. Like I said, you play so many different roles. You have so many different titles. Tell me what you think about the Hornet football team going forward. You know, y'all are undefeated. Y'all had a great season. Y'all had a great run last year. So what do you see going forward?
Well, I don't think we played to our full potential yet. There's a lot more correction to do on offense and defense, especially in the secondary, getting the adjustments right, and even on the defensive line, make a few calls, go where you're supposed to go. And even the linebackers, we have to do better reading our keys sometimes. We're just all slowly getting there to where we need to be.
Speaking about reading the keys, I know that I talked to you earlier about the coaches. You know, whenever they talk to y'all, can you kind of run through like what it is leading up to a game whenever you're practicing? What do those guys tell you? How do they prepare you for a game?
Well, what we first do, we'll do our alignments, and Coach Story, he'll basically break down each play and what they do in this formation and how they run it out of this. And then we each break off and go to our individuals. Linebackers will go with Coach DeWeese, and the defensive line will go with Coach Johnson and Coach Rocky. And then the DBs will go with Coach Story, and they'll basically do our key reads for linebackers is the guards. And we just basically, if they pull, we do this, and down block, we do this. I don't know what everyone else does, but we just go do what we're supposed to do, and then we come together during team, and we all put it together.
Put it together and make it work. Well, but y'all are definitely doing really good this year. I'm so excited. It's so fun to watch that defense every game. I mean, that's one thing that people like the offense and everything, but it's been so fun to watch that defense just kill it every game. And Payton, congratulations on such an awesome senior year that you've had so far. And I know that you're just going to continue to have an even better rest of the games, the rest of the season that we're going to have. And I wish you the best of luck, man. Thank you for coming in and sitting down with me and talking with me. But when we come back after this short little break, we're going to get to know Payton a little bit better. And we're going to have some of his family come in and talk with us. Everybody, I'm back here with Payton Graham, and now joining us is his little brother Landon and his grandmother Miss Kim. And I'm gonna start with you, Landon, and ask you about Payton. You knowing him as a brother, and then seeing him out on the field, making those big, hard hits, getting those big plays. Does he seem kind of different on the field than he does off the field?
Well, yeah, he certainly does feel kind of different because the way he hits them, I'm so glad that it's not me.
Yeah.
People, I would not want to get hit like that.
Seems kind of like he has a whole nother personality that just kind of takes over on the football field.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ms. Kim, I'm going to turn to you now and ask you about Payton. We want to get to know him a little bit better. Tell us what he's like outside of football. You know, what was he like as a little kid? Tell us a little bit about Payton.
He's always played football and baseball. He started at age 5, and we just went through each grade and played AA ball, and then we went up to middle school, then junior high, and then senior high. And he always had one goal to be Iron Man.
Be Iron Man.
And he made that goal. He was Iron Man this year and was real proud of him. He started 9th grade wanting to be Iron Man. I'm going to do that next year. I'm going to do that next year. And that was his goal, and he did it. He hunts and fishes and plays sports and plays with dogs, and he just good old guy.
Into all kinds of other stuff, huh? I know we see Payton around all the time, and he's always talking to somebody, always laughing, always smiling. That's what I can't believe he's out there hitting people like that, because I'm like, that is not Payton Graham. I'm telling you, he puts on the helmet, comes a different person.
He's a totally different person.
Well, Payton, last question I'm going to ask you is, what are you planning on doing? This is your senior year, obviously senior profile. So what are you planning on doing next year?
Well, if I don't get an offer for anybody to play college ball, I'm going to go into the nursing program. And probably at PRCC, but if I do get an offer, I'll probably still do the nursing program, and I will play football at the same time. I know it's going to be hard. I'm just going to do a lot of studying and just keep my head right and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, that nursing school is kind of tough, but hey, if you want to go do that, you go do that. I'm not a medical kind of person, but I'm glad that there's people like you out there that want to do that, and that's really awesome. And I wish you the best of luck again with all your endeavors, obviously after high school too. And I want to thank Ms. Kim and Landon for coming in and talking with me and letting us know a little bit more about Payton.
Welcome back to the Jay Beech Show. Jason Baker joined with our head coach, Jay Beech. And, of course, we finished talking about the Forest County ball game, and now we turn our attention to the Summerall Bobcats. And they've got one of the more electric players in South Mississippi, and Danis Jackson. Talk to us a little bit about what you know at this point heading into the Summerall ball game, and another road test for us to have to go up there. And, you know, the joke is now we're taking this show on the road, and I think the kids are learning that we're going to get everybody's best attention and their best effort, certainly when we go into their place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, from what I've seen on film so far, they're a much improved team from previous years. A lot of good-looking athletes on the field for them. Danis Jackson's a top player in the state, one of the top players in the state. Very good wide receiver, and they got a good quarterback and get it to him. They got a good running back and some good linemen and some good defense players now. So. Yeah, they're going to be a good opponent. They're 1-1 now in district. I'm not sure their overall record, and so they've got a winning record so far. They're going to be a good team.
When you see a kid like a Danis Jackson on the opposing team, and I know you really lend Tim Story to kind of do what he does on defense, but how much do you have to pay attention to a guy like him? Even though I know he'll drop into quarterback some, I know he played quarterback last year, but from what I've seen from Summerall so far this year, they really want him out at wideout, and they want to get it to him at wideout. How much does he draw our attention out there on the outside?
Well, yeah, they tried him at quarterback a little bit. They, like you said, they really do like him out at wide receiver, and that's where we're going to see him, I believe, at wide receiver. And we play man coverage, so we're just going to try to put our best cover guy on him and try to hope for the best, pretty much.
All right, well, another district game, another step in this process of securing that district title. I know that'd be a feather in your cap that you want, and just a few more processes away from doing that. And best of luck to you as we take on the Summerall Bobcats this coming week.
All right, thank you.
Head Coach Jay Beech, I'm Jason Baker. We thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Jay Beech Show. We hope now that you'll pause and watch some of our images from our fan cam, sponsored by Play It Again Sports in Hattiesburg.